Welcome to Module 1 of the Smarter Balanced Interim Assessment video series. This module is the first of a 5-part video series that will help educators integrate interim assessments into teaching and learning. Module 1 introduces the Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments. Module 2 focuses on the Interim Assessment Viewing System. Module 3 covers the systems and tools needed to administer and monitor completion of the interim assessments. Module 4 focuses on the interim assessment hand-scoring system and includes the interim assessment training guides and exemplars. Module 5 describes the results available in the interim assessment reporting system and discusses the appropriate uses of the interim assessment results. Each module is 10 to 25 minutes long. We encourage you to watch all 5 video modules to better understand the systems and tools that educators need to select, administer, hand score, and view and use the results from the Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments. The interim assessments are one component of the Smarter Balanced Assessment System, a comprehensive system that includes summative assessments, interim assessments, and the digital library of formative assessment resources. The interim assessments are designed to support teaching and learning throughout the year and provide educators with meaningful information for gauging student progress toward mastery of the skills measured by the summative assessments and assessments of the California state standards, which can be used at strategic points during the school year. The purpose of this module is to provide essential information about the Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments. Integration of the interim assessments provides students with authentic assessment opportunities. These assessments also provide educators with access to exemplars, tools, and data that can help improve instructional practices and inform decisions about areas to address in the curriculum. Test items on the interim assessments are developed and reviewed using the same protocols as summative items. Interim assessments provide students with opportunities to gain experience with the testing platform and the available accessibility supports. Developing skills in these areas optimizes students' assessment experiences. Interim assessments support teaching and learning in many ways. These assessments allow educators to evaluate student progress and adjust instruction. Interim assessments provide opportunities for educators to engage in professional learning around the content of the assessments, the administration procedures, and the process of hand scoring. Additionally, interim assessments help educators understand how Smarter Balanced tests assess the California state standards in English language arts literacy and mathematics. All Smarter Balanced interim and summative assessments adhere to the same principles of universal design to allow access for all students. These principles informed the accessibility supports available on the assessments. Accessibility supports include universal tools, which are available to all students and based on student preference and selection. Designated supports, which are available for use by students for whom the need for supports has been indicated by an educator, and accommodations for students for whom there is a documented need in an individualized education program or Section 504 plan. These supports are not only important to the Smarter Balanced assessments, but educators should also consider their applications to classroom assessments and instructional practices. The Smarter Balanced interim assessments are available for English language arts literacy and mathematics in grades 3 through 8 and high school. The interim assessments are available to all California local educational agencies at no charge. The interim assessments are all fixed-form tests. They are computer-based, but they are not computer adaptive, and they are administered online using the same secure browser as the summative assessments. The manner of administration and use of interim assessments and their results are locally determined. In addition, there is no grade level restriction on administrations of the tests, so educators may offer an interim assessment in grades above or below that in which the student is enrolled. There are 2 types of Smarter Balanced interim assessments: the Interim Comprehensive Assessments, or ICAs, and Interim Assessment Blocks, or IABs. The Interim Comprehensive Assessments look and feel very much like the summative assessments. They assess the same range of standards, and the results are reported on the same scale as the summative assessments. Each ICA can be administered up to 3 times in a school year. All ICAs contain a performance task that requires local hand scoring. The IABs are smaller tests that focus on assessment targets or areas such as geometry, literary texts, and fractions. The IABs provide educators with great flexibility in that educators can select blocks for administration that best align with local curricula or pacing plans. The IABs can be administered an unlimited number of times. Some IABs contain items that require local hand scoring. Make sure to refer to the IAB table on the CDE Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments webpage for further information. This screen presents the list of interim assessment blocks currently available for English Language Arts literacy. All blocks with an asterisk contain items that require hand scoring. All blocks that require hand scoring must be hand scored locally. These next 2 screens show the current interim assessment blocks for mathematics. Note that all math performance tasks require local hand scoring. Module 4 of this video series provides in-depth hand scoring information. Access to all the interim assessment systems and tools are available through the green button labeled Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments on the CASP portal website displayed on the screen. Selecting this button will take you to the page labeled Interim Assessment Administration Resources that contains links to the variety of user guides, training resources, and systems, including Interim Assessment Viewing System, Test Operations Management System, or TOMS, Test Administrator Interface, Completion Status Roster Management, Hand Scoring Training Guides and Exemplars, Interim Assessment Hand Scoring System, Administration and Registration Tools, or ART, and the Interim Assessment Reporting System. Later modules will provide more information about these systems. Access to other important interim assessment information is available from the California Department of Education, or CDE, Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments webpage. This page has links to the Interim Comprehensive Assessment and Interim Assessment Block blueprints, as well as tables that display the number of items requiring hand scoring by test. This is a screenshot of the CDE Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments webpage. Educators should bookmark this page as well as the CASP portal website's Interim Assessment Administration Resources page, and check these pages regularly for updated documentation and the latest information about the interim assessments. There are multiple user roles that can be assigned to district personnel to gain access to the interim assessments. Access to the interim assessments is restricted to the user roles shown on this screen. A document that lists all of the user roles and the descriptions associated with these roles is found on the CASP portal website. User access should be provided with test security in mind. If you have any questions about these roles, contact your LEA CASP coordinator or test site coordinator. The California Department of Education does not require a signed security affidavit to access and use the interim assessments. However, LEAs may establish local security requirements to protect the integrity of these assessments. Educators may preview the interim assessments and use the hand scoring materials for professional development, training, or instructional purposes. The interim assessments are not to be shared with the public. In the event of a security breach, contact your LEA CASP coordinator immediately. The LEA CASP coordinator should contact the California Technical Assistance Center, or CalTAC, upon any discovery or notification of a security breach. Contact information for CalTAC is on the next screen. Thank you for viewing this important informational video on the Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments. In addition to the websites and pages displayed in this video, LEA CASP coordinators may also contact Caltech at the phone number and email address shown here. All other users should contact their CASP test site coordinator or LEA CASP coordinator if they have questions about the interim assessments. This is the end of Module 1. We encourage you to view all 5 modules in this video series.